The Royal Rumble event is one of my favorites in WWE due to its unpredictability. The shock factor, the performances, and the atmosphere will make this event great. We all know the stats WWE tells us. The number 27 spot has the highest win rate, Braun Strowman has the most eliminations in a single match at 13, and Stone Cold Steve Austin has the most victories at 3. But there are also some facts you may have missed. My name is Marv, and here are 10 things you probably didn't know about the WWE Royal Rumble. Number 10. Betting the rules. The rules of the Rumble aren't hard to comprehend. Over the top rope, both feet must hit the floor every 90 seconds. Simple, right? Well, the rules don't mean jack. Sometimes the time between entrants barely reaches a minute, and other times over 2 minutes passes between countdowns. This isn't necessarily a bad thing because I would imagine the immense difficulty there is to calling a Rumble match from backstage. At times the entry of a superstar doesn't matter, other times there has to be a perfect timing to a physical cue in the ring. Otherwise, the entire timing of the match gets thrown off, which is why the rules of the Rumble aren't exactly as strict as WWE promotes it to be. Speaking of which, number 9, there was a disqualification. Anything goes, no disqualification, except for Finlay, who was disqualified from the Rumble in 2008. Huh? So all I know is that Hornswoggle was in the match. Great start. Mark Henry and Viscera were about to destroy Hornswoggle because he was in the match. Fair enough. Then Finlay ran in before his entry was called. Okay, cool, after all there's no disqualification. Then he headed off with Swoggle and never returned. Huh? To this day I still can't exactly explain what happened other than it was just pure nonsense. Number 8. Fresh meat. So the Royal Rumble match is really old. That's a well-known fact. With the rise of young talent, you tend to forget that most of the stars nowadays are actually younger than the match itself. The first man younger than the actual Rumble to enter the match? Bo Dallas in 2013. The first Royal Rumble match was in 1988. Bo Dallas wasn't born until 1990. Fresh meat. Number 7. The Laziest Winner. It might be wrong to call Vince McMahon a lazy person. After all, he's 74 goddamn years and he looks like this. Who am I to call him lazy? However, in the 1999 Royal Rumble, my birth year, he spent most of the match not actually inside of the ring. They'd eventually managed to win the damn match by eliminating one man, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 6. 2 Rumbles in 1994. Before the Double Rumble became a thing, it was tradition for the Royal Rumble match to take place only once a year, making it one of the most anticipated nights of the year, and it still stays that way, don't get me wrong. But during this time, there was actually a year in history where there were 2 Royal Rumble matches in 1994. Of course, only one of them being recognized by WWE. The official match took place on January 23rd at the Providence Civic Center in Providence, Rhode Island, which saw Bret Hart and Lex Luger as co-winners, the only Rumble match in history to have 2 winners. However, an unofficial Royal Rumble match took place on January 17th as a special Madison Square Garden show. The match had the same star power as the official Rumble, which included Shawn Michaels, Diesel, and Razor Ramon. Owen Hart went on to eliminate Fatu to win the match, which technically makes him a Royal Rumble match winner despite the match not being in the history books. Number 5. The Accidental Eliminations. In its long history, it's pretty incredible that the Royal Rumble match never had any accidental eliminations, right? Wrong. 5 times actually. It's not essentially their fault either. After all, the ropes are oily and as the match progresses they become more slippery so it gets harder to grip. Meanwhile, Mascara suffered this fate and so did Alex Riley. Even Stone Cold Steve Austin couldn't avoid the merciless slip. The other 2 occasions? Batista in 2005 when he fell with John Cena, and by far the worst one, Macho Man eliminating himself by jumping over the top rope in 1992, which is covered up but still funny. Number 4. Most Royal Rumble appearances. Now I don't want to call Kane the biggest Rumble loser because he looks like this. But there's no other way to describe the Devil's favorite mayor when it comes to the Rumble match. We've seen 31 Royal Rumble matches and Kane has appeared in 19 of them. How many has he won? 0. He's one of the most decorated players when it comes to the Royal Rumble match. He holds the record for the highest number of overall eliminations with 44 to his name, and is also the 3rd person with the highest eliminations in a single Rumble match when he eliminated 11 superstars in 2001. However, none of these stats helped him win the bout ever. Number 3. Wasted potential. Since 1993, every winner received a World Championship match at WrestleMania. Although not everyone was victorious in their respective matches, at some point in their careers, every Rumble match winner was a World Champion. Everyone except for one man, Lex Luger. The co-winner of the 1994 Rumble match got his opportunity at WrestleMania but failed against Yokozuna. Luger will never see championship gold in his WWE tenure. Number 2. 4 decades of rumbling. Only 2 men in history have participated in the Rumble match in all 4 possible decades. The 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and 2010s. Those 2 men are Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Shawn Michaels, and I think it might be a bit much to expect to see them in the 2020s. And number 1, the other number 1 entry winner. Only 2 men have won from the number 1 spot. Shawn Michaels did it in 1995, they say in the video package. But wait, who was the other winner, you ask? It's nobody, don't worry about it. Just know that Shawn Michaels did it in 1995. Look at his feet. Yeah, we know, but who was the other one? After that, you would just get an awkward silence. Why? Because the other man to win from the number 1 spot was Chris Benoit, and I'm not going to get into why WWE won't mention him, but it's understandable why they won't celebrate Chris Benoit's Rumble triumph. And it's such a shame because it was one of the best Royal Rumble performances ever. If you haven't, go and watch it, it's really great, and well, yeah. And that's my list. Did I miss any out? Tell me in the comments below. Any support such as liking, sharing, subscribing is greatly appreciated. My social media links are in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.